kind of chilling, relaxing. I had a pretty busy morning, getting ready to leave the island. Not the most fun experience living in Puerto Rico, especially this last trip has been really rough. First got here, the internet at the Airbnb I was staying at wasn't working for the first like 8 days. The golf cart broke down. I ended up, things were so up that I actually got out of the Airbnb. I moved into another Airbnb and then things were pretty good. And then I ran into those car troubles where the cops pulled me over and took my license plates, wrote me like $1,500 in tickets. Actually, just finally, the snapping turtle just bit my shoe. Actually, yesterday was the official day that I got the GTR back, street legal again. The process to fix that situation took about 2 weeks. It took 3 trips to the police station, a trip to 2 different banks, a trip to an inspection station, probably 5 or 6 hours on the phone, and then topped it all off with a trip to the Department of Transportation for another 3 hours, where the guy that finally gave me my plates back, this turtle's trying to bite my feet. The guy that finally gave me my plates back actually told me that the cops shouldn't have done that because my registration actually wasn't expired, and there was no reason for me to have gotten those tickets. He even joked, he's like, yeah, you're victim of the gringo tax, which is what I was joking about the whole time, but it was very legit. It's actually what happened. And anyways, he's like, well, you can challenge those tickets and you probably won't have to pay them, but you have to go through a series of other steps, which would probably take several more weeks, several trips to different places. And I just like, so done with that headache. I'm just gonna pay the tickets. I don't even care. Which is why they write the tickets, because they know that somebody in my situation is just gonna pay it to get it to go away. So it is what it is. Anyways, yeah, I'm really excited to go home. I've been away from the family for the majority of the year. It's been a very challenging year. We got a lot done, made a lot of sacrifices this year in order to get Titan 3PL, to maintain Titan 3PL's growth and to make sure we're offering the best services for our clients. You know, really just did everything I could to grow that company this year, and we've grown month over month consistently the entire year. We've actually hit some pretty incredible milestones that I'm really, really excited and proud of. But again, I had to make a lot of sacrifices, mostly traveling and time away from family in order to make it happen. So it is what it is. We did what we had to do to get it done. Finally going home here in 5 days. I'll be home in time for Christmas, which is good, and then it's my son's birthday on the 30th. So yeah, a lot of you guys that talk to me on a regular basis probably noticed the past like 2 or 3 weeks I've been a little bit out of touch, or just like not responding as much as I normally do. And honestly, it's just for my mental health. It's been a really challenging few months, really challenging year, in a good way. You know, it is what it is. It forces growth, makes you stronger. So I just needed to kind of step away. It can be really, really exhausting having thousands of people basically, you know, expecting my help. And it is, I put myself out there, so like, that's understandable that a lot of people are going to reach out to me. I totally understand that. But then there's like people that demand my time, and they feel like they own me in a way. Like if I don't respond in a certain amount of time, they just start tagging me over and over again, and that just like really works my nerves. Anyways, I had to step away and really just kind of take a break from mentorships and just responding to the DMs. This wind is getting crazy again. But it's all good, you know. After the holidays, I'm gonna get back into it. After the gym this morning, I went to Papa John's for lunch. I didn't mean to go to Papa John's. I was trying to go to this grill place that has chicken and steak and fish and all that stuff, really healthy food, but they were closed for some reason. They just didn't open today for for no reason at all that I could see. And so I went to Papa John's next door. A lot of you guys don't know this, but I actually worked at Papa John's for almost 5 years. I was a pizza delivery driver from when I was 17 until it was like off and on until I was like 25. I was delivering pizzas. It was like my primary source of income. And so just this, like being in a Papa John's, I haven't been in one for years. The smell brought back a ton of memories of, you know, just where I came from and like being really poor and the struggles that I endured during those times. You know, like not being able to afford a cup of coffee, kind of poor. So yeah, it was kind of interesting being in the Papa John's waiting on my food and thinking about that stuff. Yeah, now it's gonna rain. This is great. I picked a killer time and place to do this. These turtles are cracking me up though, they're biting my shoes. Let's see if I can get it on video. Snap, snap. Do it. Oh yeah, he got me. Anyways, yeah, enough rambling. I'll get into like a little bit of meat and potatoes, a little motivation for you guys. I got a lot of questions today. I did a Q&A on my Instagram, and you know, one of them was what separates a good drop shipper from a bad one. Another guy said, you know, my biceps aren't growing. I'm training them every day. Why won't they grow? Another guy was like, you know, I can't find a winning product. Another person said, how do you scale to $1 million a month? And the answer is the same to all of those questions. Like, if you're not seeing the results, then you're not putting in enough effort. It's all about effort. It's all about effort. If your biceps aren't growing, it's because you might think you're training them hard, but if they're not growing, you're not training them hard enough, or you're not eating enough. Now it's pouring down rain. Let me go get in the golf cart. It's all about effort. You think you're working hard. You think you're testing enough products. You think you're writing good enough descriptions. You think you know how to run a Facebook ads, but you're not putting in enough effort. If you're not seeing the results you want to see, it's because you're not putting in the time. It's because you're not putting in the effort. It's really simple. It's not easy. It's really coming down. It's simple. Most things in life are simple, guys. The more simple you make them, the better off you're going to be. Anybody that tries to tell you it's complicated is just trying to sell you something. And anybody that tells you that it's easy is trying to sell you something. It's simple, but it's not easy. You got to put in the time. You got to put in the effort. You got to work till your eyes bleed. I mean, it's with everything. You can't fake hard work, right? You know, some people get lucky, but it doesn't last, and you can spot those people very easily because they come up quick, they make a lot of noise, and then they're gone. And it's because they got lucky, right? But the people, that's why I call my course Keys to Consistency. I didn't go public with what I was doing. I didn't want people to know my story until I had proven to myself that what I was doing wasn't a fluke, that it was consistent, that I was able to repeat it month after month after month. Once I had proven it to myself, because even I was skeptical of my success, right? I was like, yeah, I'm making I'm doing $1 million a month. I'm doing 1.5 million a month. I'm doing 1.8 million a month. You know, month after month after month. It's like at the first couple of months, I was like, you know, I'm just getting lucky, right? This is only because of a couple products. I can't prove that this isn't luck, and so I kind of just kept it to myself. But eventually, it was like became obvious that it wasn't luck. That I was able to repeat the success so many times that I was like, all right, there's something else going on here. Like, I have actually got this figured out. And that's when I was willing to share what I knew with people. And even then I didn't want to share it because I wanted to keep it for myself because it worked so well, but then I had the bigger vision of Titan 3PL and growing a bigger company than just drop shipping stores. Oh, that's a lot of rain. There we go. Gotta put the windshield in front of the rain so that I don't get soaked. If you're not seeing the results you want to see, it's because you're not working hard enough, you're not working smart enough, you're not putting in enough time. And people don't like to hear that because people are scared of hard work. And I think they're scared of hard work because they're scared of failing too. But anyways. So yeah, after the holidays, guys, hopefully I'll get a little bit more consistent with the YouTube videos. I've had a lot of requests for different things that people want to see, so try to make that happen. I got a lot of things going on. I have my own drop shipping stores. I have 40 employees, coaching. I've got the course clients. I have Titan 3PL, trying to get this tequila company off the ground. I have another business that I'm getting ready to launch, which is taking up a lot of my time at the moment. And then I have a family. I have a wife and 3 kids, so and 2 dogs, and yeah. So I got a lot going on. Be careful of how I spend my time. Look at that. Whew. I guess while I'm sitting here, I can answer a couple more questions from the Q&A. So Chinese New Year's coming up. Most of you are familiar with that and how it affects drop shipping. It can produce massive headaches for the average drop shipper. Generally speaking, we slow down our testing and ride out a lot of our winners through CNY. We try to stock up on inventory. So there's a lot of different factors that come into play here. You got to realize every single person in China goes on vacation. Everybody takes Chinese New Year's off. They take from anywhere from 1 to 3 weeks off, depending on where they work. Titan 3PL takes a week off. I have to allow, this is what they're used to, right? This is their culture. I gotta let them take time off. It is what it is. So they take a week off, but the factories, a lot of the factories take 2 to 3 weeks off. And they don't want to get stuck with inventory when they come back from Chinese New Year. They don't want to get stuck with something that's not selling anymore. So they kind of wind down their production leading up to Chinese New Year. So if you don't lock in your inventory 2 to 3 weeks before they take their 2 to 3 weeks break, then so you're looking at like end of December, early January, you need to be locking in the inventory that you want for the rest of that month, which is very hard to do for drop shipping. We do our best to not waste any money, but it always causes a lot of headaches. The other option is that you just stop selling for 2 or 3 weeks. That's not something I've ever done. Another massive factor in Chinese New Year's is the fact that it's not just factories that take time off and the average Joe, but it's the delivery carriers, right? China Post takes time off. Like all of these companies, you can't ship anything out of China during Chinese New Year's. Nothing comes out of that country. So maybe DHL or something, but everybody takes that week off and essentially everything shuts down, right? So that being the case, you just need to be prepared, most of all mentally prepared for the customer service nightmare that you're about to encounter. Where if people are ordering stuff in the 2nd, 3rd week of January, they are not going to see that package for like 4 to 5 weeks. You have to have a really solid game plan to prevent chargebacks from increasing. We usually see a small spike, but nothing drastic because we come up with a really good, really creative, basically script to use. And on top of that, we're just a little bit more trigger happy with the refunds. So if people just are not willing to wait, then we let them have that refund. Otherwise, we have kind of like a series of scripts that we use to kind of delay the customer and try to drag it out so that they don't file a chargeback. I think the most important thing is just being mentally prepared for what's going to happen. Like, you can keep selling stuff and you can keep putting your orders into AliExpress, but those orders are not shipping out until probably the first week of February. So anything ordered after probably January 14th, January 15th is not gonna leave China until the first week of February. So just be prepared for that. I'm gonna race home in this golf cart before it starts raining again. It's been raining like crazy this past week. See if I can do one more of these videos before I head back to VA before Christmas. If not, have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I'll see you guys later.